Marketing Matt, where you been, man? How's the weekend?
This thing.
What's that?
Whoa!
Finally!
Yeah.
We're back on the
Finally!
party.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Little entertainment.
Hold on.
What?
Real question, man.
Yeah.
You had sex, didn't you?
Not
You have
this
sex
time
again?
because I went out.
So when you go out, you don't have sex? Or
I don't know why you go out.
you work your sex on the...
No, well, I wasn't going out when I had
went out to
sex.
hang out with your
Right?
buddies?
Yeah, man. You gotta.
Come on, man.
That's all right. Why?
You gotta balance.
Where'd you go? Maybe,
Okay.
we
Maybe
need to
I'm
hear it.
jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, you're jumping.
I went to Ace nightclub. Have you heard of that place?
Sure.
Yeah.
Good?
That's not bad. Spend a little too much money.
Were you buying people drinks? Is that why?
No, I got a table, but then I blacked out, and then we got more bottles. I didn't even know we got more bottles.
Oh, so you just spent more money than you would have liked. You didn't get
Yes.
stiffed for anything.
No.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, because Mitch and I, we're a little out of the game.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Out of the
We
game.
like to dip it back in.
Yeah.
You know, we hang poolside,
I
put the
like
foot
to
in,
dip my toe once in a while.
but we're not
Yeah.
jumping back in.
That's right. No.
However,
Yeah.
every group marketing, Matt, has that guy.
Sure. What guy are you talking about?
Skip the bill.
Oh.
You know,
Oh,
wait
yeah.
till last minute.
Yeah.
Do you have that guy?
No, we got our ducks in a row with this group.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's a good group.
yeah.
group.
Oh yeah. We make sure, man.
They're
Like
not Greek.
They're not Greek.
Not Greek guys.
no.
Everyone,
Yeah, that's why.
everyone handily pays their fair share. Doesn't try to pull anything fast. Accidentally go to the washroom. Forget to pull out the wallet.
No, because the guys I hang out with, they know what's up. They
Did
know.
any of your guys have sex that night?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, man. I don't
Really?
remember how I got home.
Oh, you don't remember? Hey, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, well.
well.
So I mean, I could have. I could have had a little side thing and then went home after. But
But you Ubered it.
Yeah,
You
but
Ubered
Matt,
it, right?
that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm worried, because you're on a hot streak.
Yeah.
And now you're slowing down a little bit. And
Sounds
every
like
week,
you're kind of going backwards.
you know, if you're afraid to admit it because it's an live show, I
Right.
get it. But the roster's getting a little worried.
Jeff, like, I mean, it's like wisdom, right? You would probably say this, like life's peaks and valleys, right? So you go up and down, go up and down. It
Yeah,
can't be
yeah.
consistent all the time.
Wait a minute.
That's absolutely true. But when I go out, I want to have sex after.
That's right.
See?
Or maybe before, because like I'm getting old now.
The before.
The before.
He did it again.
Jeff,
He did it again.
Jeff, we
And by
can't
the way,
handle this wisdom.
since when do you two collaborate? When did this
We're-
happen?
we share-
Yeah, don't look for Jeff to save you.
I
don't know, we
this is
share
the
a
Mitch
microphone.
Mitchell locker room show,
Did he
and now
just
you're
try to
telling me that you two are working together.
Jeff, I need help. Jeff, save me, Jeff. Jeff is our guy first.
By the way-
Understand that.
By the way, before we get into anything sports-wise, I think you officially owe Arya Stark an apology.
Why?
What are you talking
What are you
about?
talking about?
You said Arya was gonna get her shit done with the Toronto Raptors, closed it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if
No,
I'm ready.
I'm not. No.
dude.
You
Yeah.
know what? On top of the fact that I have no idea what you're talking about right now, I am not. I will never apologize to her ever.
You and me, Matt, we're reasonable guys, right? Yeah. But these two guys, they're Greek. You gotta understand that.
Back down on this stuff. Backing down.
There you go. See, Jeff has experience. That's true.
So how was your guys' weekend then?
We're good.
Yeah.
Episode 87. We start with Matt. Well,
With
you know what? This is
marketing,
why I
Matt.
love this podcast. He just started out of nowhere.
We have no idea. Jeff
Well done,
cues the
Matt.
music. Matt's
Yeah,
over
he is
here.
over here. But to Matt's point, championship weekend, championship week. Got the Raptors cleaning up, taking home the title.
That's
you
right.
got the St. Louis Blues doing the exact same thing last week. Live on this show, it was being done. A little PGA championship was also done. So what does that mean for everybody out there? It's all done. I don't know who planned this, but yeah, crappily planned this. I don't know if that's a real word.
Yeah, I think it's a word.
Yeah, I think so too. But there's nothing going on now. Like whoever planned this did a horrible job. They never looked at the worst case scenario. What if all of them end the same week?
And what happened this year? Because typically the NBA would finish a solid week ahead of the NHL.
True.
But this was back to back to back.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, on a weekday. Like, can we coordinate a Friday, Saturday championship
True
win?
that.
Can we?
Yeah.
I
You got a
right?
point. You
I
got a
don't know.
point.
I'm
You
just
got a
saying.
point.
This is where we need to feature some women's sports, maybe, some water polos.
Jeff, now you're talking crazy.
Now, listen, there is the World Cup of Soccer going on, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. There's
That's a
little
topic
something
today.
that's in there.
No,
It's in
Jeff,
there.
you laugh, but it is
Yeah,
a topic
It's in there.
today.
It's in there. But a couple of other things. Let's just quickly talk about the weekend. What's going on? Did you see the big recall today in Toronto, in Ontario,
What do you
across
mean?
Canada?
What do you mean
Really,
recall? No. What?
gin is being recalled.
Gin.
Gin. There are some cases of gin So run
The
to your
garment
local,
remover.
run as quickly as you can to your local liquor stores because there are some bottles of gin that are 77% alcohol. Somebody made a mistake. Somebody
Hold on a
overpoured.
sec. Time out. There's no mistake. They just caught on.
They-
Everybody knows.
Exactly.
And marketing, Matt, let me tell you something. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about going out on the sex train. No, you be quiet. And you
I was just
listen.
gonna say, sure,
No,
man.
You say nothing. You listen. The gin was known as the garment remover.
Well said.
Okay,
Garment remover.
for lack of better terms,
Right.
And it was a tool. It was a tool for each of the sex to impose. It's a cost-effective way for results. That's all I'm going to say. So they're not recalling; they just caught on.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, exactly. Somebody's new sheriff in town, and they caught on, and there's being so run to your local liquor store.
That's it.
And grab as much gin
Was
as
it
you
a
can.
specific or all gin?
It sounds like I saw pictures of Bombay gin, but I don't know if they said gin in general. So run out, grab as much gin as possible,
Yes,
even if it's not your favorite. 77% versus 40, which is legal. 77. It's basically bathtub water. Is what it is.
There's
a
lots
lot
of
of
good
percent.
ways to drink gin, you know.
Absolutely.
I
Very
like
refreshing,
gin.
actually.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah,
You know that
it's nice.
juniper berry? It does well.
It does nice.
Here's a little quick fact. Did you know that the Tanqueray bottle is shaped as a fire hydrant? That's what it is. It's an English fire hydrant.
Facts that no one cared to learn today.
Well,
That's what that
we're a
is.
smart podcast.
Do you know what? So your weekend, fast, good, nice.
You know, our weekend was great. Look, Calliope's birthday is on June 1st, but we did the party on the 15th. You didn't come. I sent you.
I don't think you did. I don't think. Once again,
Did I not send
got
you an
ousted.
invitation?
Once again,
What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
Maybe I just don't-
during the week, I feel like we get along so well.
We get along great. Our phone conversations are 10 out of 10.
You know what?
Look, man, we had a great party for.
That's right.
Yes, that's the
News
noise.
flash.
It's
Yeah.
funny you say that, Jeff. Thank you very much.
What's
I am
happening?
on baby watch. 2000.
Oh.
Nothing yet, or I wouldn't be here.
Still good.
But the phone is right next to me. I'm staring at it. You never know.
You're
That's
on
why it's
standby.
good that Matt got a voice today, that Jeff's here. I might run out. Don't be surprised.
You're not gonna
Notes are
look-
here. Just so you guys know, the notes are here. They're ready to
You're
go.
kind of like me when the tab comes.
Yeah, it's
It's just on
exactly.
standby to leave.
Exactly.
Just the last minute.
Yeah.
Good thing everyone else is around.
That's right.
And to answer your question, Marky Matt, I asked that question at the beginning because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just a quick update on the
Yes.
gin situation. Bombay Sapphire.
Ah, there it is. See? I thought-
Bottles of popular gin Bombay Sapphire have been recalled across Canada after a batch was found to contain nearly twice the amount of advertised alcohol. Maybe that's the stuff that came from Newfoundland. I don't know.
I like it. Go out and buy as much Bombay Sapphire.
So
as
in
possible.
Newfoundland, they got that screech drink.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's what they do. They drink the screech. How did no one capitalize and do a little Saved by the Bell action? Screech powers?
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
From Newfoundland? Like,
Yeah,
am I the only guy that, like,
No.
do we only think of these things?
I think so. Oh, we told you we're marketing marvels.
Yeah.
That's what we are here. Finally, let's just listen. This is podcast 87. I was doing a little reading this weekend.
Okay.
Malcolm Gladwell, the guy that writes, Tipping Point, all that great books out there. We're almost there. We're only 9,910 hours away from being amazing.
Hold on a sec. The
Yeah.
math doesn't add up for a sec.
Why?
If
I'm
this is
telling you.
87 and you're going 99.10,
Because
what happened to
I
the
told
three?
you we've been on other podcasts, we've been on other shows. So the Vixen and Jackal show.
Okay.
We've been on the Rawcast. We've been on
Okay.
some other stuff. So I added
I just
all
wanna
that
make
in.
sure, 'cause
I
the
know.
math- I'm a
no,
math
fair
guy.
enough. I respect that.
I'm a math
I respect
guy.
that. But I'm just saying.
'Kay.
I know you hate the way I do math, but we're almost there. We're only 9,910 hours away
'Kay.
from perfecting this podcast.
It's amazing.
Yeah, there it is.
And I feel like we're off to a good start.
Great start. Show itinerary. What do we got today?
Look, we're obviously going to talk the NHL. We're going to talk the NBA championships. They closed, but we're going to touch on a little something this week about equality in sports.
That's
if you
right.
will.
We're gonna touch
Okay?
and go, because you're gonna get heated.
Touch and go.
Last
No,
week,
no.
Matt caught you on camera getting a little heated, and that video was actually quite viral. It got a little excited. You were popular.
I
Fairly
bottled it
popular.
up.
Yeah. Well,
I said this is the forum.
maybe this is what the people want.
this is counseling.
Maybe they want to see
wanna
you
see me get
lose
heated?
your mind.
I'm not going to fall for your trap.
just
What
saying.
else do we got on the show, Mitch?
We got a little. You know what? People came to me and said, "Hey, they love the Maclin Minute." CFL report. Quick Maclin Minute.
It's a good minute.
It's a great
It's
minute.
a wholesome, good
Best minute of your life.
You're welcome, Tamara.
Then we got, of course, everyone's favorite. It's actually surpassed Maga Malaka. It's Rapid Banter. And then, of course, we got to finish with, the bread and butter. It's Maga Malaka. I don't care what people think. It's still the bread and butter of the show, and it's going to carry us forward.
Maga versus Malaka.
That's right.
I love it. Look, I love the itinerary. I love the finish. But we can't talk about totally finishing until we get to the start. And Jeff, thank you for cueing the music when we bring to you the Headversity metrics of the week. That's right, Headversity.com is the leader in workplace and mental resilience. Okay, so look, you want to take a look at what they've been doing for us, just go to reallockerroomtalk.com and look what they've done for our website and the portfolio. But Headversity.com, you can go to the website, sign up to the newsletter, get engaged with Dr. Ryan Todd, Dr. Karen McNeil, and all the boys. So I'm going to give you a metric, very pertinent to Headversity, and it's the number one. One. What does one mean? One is the inaugural and annual Headversity round table that they just did here in Calgary, okay? And I want to throw this out because Headversity.com and Headversity, all the boys over there, they decided to get people engaged in the city, whether it be in the workplace, whether it be individual, and hold a beautiful seminar with the round table to talk about mental health, mental stigma in the workplace. So get on LinkedIn, get on the channels. They're going to be doing it more and more often, you guys. Get known because it was a really great event that they put on. Now, you want to talk about metrics? You
Sure.
say, is that it? Is that all you got? That's
all you
amazing.
got?
But it's not. And Mitch,
What?
do you got a little something?
I got a little something.
You got a little something? And thank you for cueing your music. That's right. We're also getting downloads from a radio station called Agape Greek Radio, AGAPE GreekRadio.com, where you can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, really anywhere in the world, just depending on the time zone. I mean, you got time zones you can choose from. That's how amazing it is. Okay?
Sure.
It's almost as sultry as this song right now. God bless the Buzuki, and God bless Stan the Man, who makes it all possible for us to download on Agape Greek Radio. But I got an even bigger surprise.
What do you got?
Something that you know about.
Yep.
And something that but Jeff doesn't know about it.
Tell him.
Marketing Matt doesn't know
Preach
about
it
it.
to the choir.
The roster doesn't even know about it. Live. This Saturday.
This Saturday
At the
coming up.
CJSW studios in the University of Calgary,
90.9
we
on your
bring
FM
to
dial.
you the two tandem duo and 87-time undefeated, undisputed sports podcasters hailing from the YYC, growing up in the mean streets of the Bona as Sarah. Mitch and Dimitri on Hellenic Greek Radios.
This is big.
That's right. It's big news. Adunia, you know her at the Method, at the Adunia Method. She was on her show a few weeks ago. If you didn't catch the show,
Shame
take
on
a
you.
quick listen and understand what she's all about. But she also has, this is why it's Ethnic Radio Show of the Year, because she also has the Hellenic Greek Melodies radio show that she does here in Calgary. She's been doing it for years. And we got the call. We got the touch from the bench.
We got touched
And-
on the
and-
shoulder.
And we're going to be there. So tune in live, 10 to 11.
I'm so
Mountain
nervous.
Time.
I'm so nervous.
I'm so nervous too.
I'm so
Do we
nervous.
got to speak Greek? That's
You know what?
That's,
I don't know,
That's
man.
the question.
You know what? We talked the big game amongst our friends.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, "Whoa, wow, your Greek is amazing." Then the other Greeks hear us
Because we
and
do
they're
it in
like,
segments.
"Wow,
We
did you
do it-
guys learn that in an alleyway, or where did you guys learn your Greek?"
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, in Canada, we're amazing Greek speakers. And then all of a sudden in Greece, we're Bulgarian.
Exactly.
It's weird. It's,
No shots to the Bulgarians out there.
we like the Bulgarians,
We like you, but we somehow sound like you when we're talking Greek.
which we take as a compliment. Because we like Bulgarians.
Because they're
no, we
great.
don't. We have no downloads from you. So until you get on the show,
Exactly. And you know what? A couple of podcast shout outs. I'm gonna
Yes.
send out a shout out to Johnny Mitsulas and Andrea
Johnny M.
Supercross. Johnny M. And little Andrea Soufs.
from Sipes.
Some of the Sipes. You guys were pubbing us pretty good this week, and don't think we don't see. We see what you do. We saw.
We see.
And we thank you. And thanks.
Yeah.
And finally, last little one. A couple weeks ago, we had Johnny Hockey on the podcast, right beginning. Where's Johnny Hockey right now? If I told you, where's a 10 or 11-year-old, I think he's 11 now,
Yeah.
11-year-old hockey genius, where would he be today?
11-year-old hockey genius beat today. I would say probably at his parents' house getting ready to watch the NHL awards.
He's in Vegas.
What?
Yeah, he's in Vegas. Why? Not because he's hot on the crap tables. No. It's because he's there live at the NHL awards.
Wow.
That's commitment to the game. Johnny, happy birthday
Unbelievable.
from a Real Locker Room Talk. And we want exclusive. We want to know what was happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're gonna touch John, because hey, Johnny came on the show,
Right.
and he gave his 2 cents.
Yeah.
And this is how we know that the wrong people in California are not listening.
That's right.
Because they needed to take his advice.
It's true.
I'm on the Johnny train.
Yeah, let's do it.
What an experience for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's all over it. So from there, let's start the podcast.
Let's
you
just
ready?
get into the
Let's
show.
get do it.
Let's just get
Let's
it done.
do this. All right.
We're wasting more time than marketing Matt does on weekends, going out, hanging out with his
Isn't that the
buddies.
truth?
You know?
Gave up sex for just a table.
You're on
at
it. You're
this
on it,
nightclub?
Matt. We need to address it because you are not trending well, and you're a marketing guy. You know about trends.
Yeah.
You're in a bad trend right now.
It's not. It's
Okay.
but it can change. All
can
it takes is one swipe.
One
One swipe to the right, and this is all changing.
That's it.
That's it.
Do you need?
That's fine.
What about Coach Lacey? Maybe
Yeah,
Coach
maybe
Lacey
she
can
needs to
help
talk
out.
to him. Yeah.
Maybe she needs to talk to him.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah,
Anyways,
I
we'll
can
get
see
to
that.
you later.
We'll get to you. But you know who we don't have to talk to because they're winners. They're number one in what they do. It's our Toronto Raptors. And I say our. I know they're in Toronto, but they're Canada's team. They're literally Canada's team.
Canada Raptors.
Right.
Do they go a name change?
You know what? I've
they
never
do
been
the
a huge
Canada Raptors?
I never. You know, a lot of people didn't like the name Raptors, but I didn't have a problem with it. They started up during that Jurassic Park era.
Yeah, but hold on. The Velociraptor is one of the most cunning during the Triassic period. I mean, this is a real thing. I mean,
Sure.
you're talking about this the wisdom of a Tyrannosaurus Rex with the speed of Usain Bolt.
Right. And the jump shot of a Kawhi Leonard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know what that all equals out to? NBA champions. Last Thursday, we get down to it. Toronto up 3-2. We sat here. We looked across the table.
I was
from each other,
upset.
and you got upset. And I said my piece. You said your piece. And I felt like Golden State had a little momentum. They had a little momentum. Their 2 top players, well, their 1 top player was out there. We'll get to the other player that got hurt during that game, fell out of that game. But I said to myself, you know what, Golden State, it's going to be a Game 7. That's going to go to Sunday. Toronto said, no. You know what? We don't like that idea. 17 lead changes in that game. That game went back and forth like a great heavyweight boxing match. It was counterpunch to a punch, knocking each
Great
other
analogy,
silly.
by the way.
And what happens at the end? It's the Toronto Raptors winning their first ever NBA championship in Oakland. This country goes nuts. Toronto goes nuts, and we'll talk about that in a second. Dimitri, I got to ask you, how amazing did it feel? Did you watch the game? How did you feel about watching that?
I did watch the game. I watched the game in its entirety. And it's easy for me to say this now because last podcast, look, I think I maintain the Raptors have been the better team the entire series. I was upset last week because that Game 5, they did let it go.
Yeah.
They absolutely gave that game away. But I'll tell you how big this is, to the point that my wife was watching the entire game with interest. That's how big this game was. The game finished in the last 19 minutes of the 1 second of the game.
Yeah,
Man, did that go on forever. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen a game before where it's 0.0 and the Raptors are up by 1 and they're deliberating.
Yeah.
It ended like a soccer game.
It really did. Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah,
100%
yes, it did. Yeah, great point, Jeff. No, look, when the game was over, when they gave Kawhi the free throws, you know, and you're looking at him draining it, we're a part of history. This is, I don't know, look, Toronto acknowledge it, but I don't know if everyone else truly acknowledges what we just witnessed. This is the very first Canadian team to ever win an NBA championship, a game that we invented, where we were under the gun in a sport that has a very soft, much like baseball, where they have that soft luxury tax, to a point where a team like Golden State, like this was truly a David versus Goliath story.
Absolutely.
in the NBA. Couple that with Canada, it was a big achievement. We got to watch history. This is going to be one of those things that they ask trivia questions well beyond our generations, and we were able to witness it firsthand. It was a very emotional moment. I got to say, I'm a sports fan above all. So credit to the Toronto Raptors, to the city, to everything that's going on. But let's call a spade a spade. At the end of the day, what I understand, if we can't put Kawhi Leonard in the pound for pound best in the league right now, then we're doing something wrong. Because had it not been for how they worked for him to come this year, there's no championship.
Well, look, I have it in my notes here. In that game, this is what you saw in Game 6 that you didn't see prior to that. Kawhi Leonard was on fire at the end of the game. His game was a little off prior to that.
And he was off Game 5.
Yeah,
That's what I was.
But he
upset
showed
about.
up when he needed to.
Yeah.
Spicy P, Siakam was there, 26, led the team, both teams in scoring. Kyle Lowry was on fire, especially in that first quarter. He set the mood.
This guy's a workhorse.
And then the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that went undrafted, the guy that hit the biggest shots in the game, Fred VanVleet, came out of nowhere. It was a total team effort. So I'm going to bring this up to you. I said it earlier. 17 lead changes. Durant gone. Klay Thomas in the third quarter gone. At that point, he had 30 points. I said it last week. A lot of people are trying to put an asterisk on this win. Did the Raptors get lucky?
No, the Raptors did not get lucky. They played their hearts out. They played fantastic. If you look at Game 5 with Kevin Durant, now I know it's a very small sample size, but they were in the running in that game. Now I know he got injured early, but let's go to the regular season when the Raptors found success with the entire team.
Right.
Okay, so hold on a second, you guys. This is a Raptors team that went in to play Golden State that truly believed that we can beat them because we did beat them already. So at the same time, I guess let's be honest. Did they get lucky? Of course. You have Thompson and Durant out. Yes, you're losing points there. But also, the last time I checked, this Golden State team was a team before Kevin Durant got on there, before people truly understood what a Klay Thompson was all about, was winning an NBA championship against the LeBron James should win under all circumstances. So, no, the Raptors played, and they dominated. And let's be honest, I maintain they don't give up that 18-0 run in the third quarter in Game 2. They swept the series.
Yeah, it's exactly true. I couldn't agree more. From there, we go to the parade. Did you guys see the parade? Did you guys see this? It was unbelievable.
Wow.
2 million people projected went to this event, okay? And it was, honestly, it was one of the coolest things I've ever
It's like
seen.
80 people less than our downloads.
It's nuts. And so my question is simply this. If you're Kawhi Leonard, you're on these double-decker buses along with your teammates, you're looking across. And even though you're an easygoing guy, you're a lucky go-getting guy, he's low-key. Did that not impress him enough to say, I got to stay here? I won a champion, but look at this. 2 million people came out for our team to cheer us on. Do you think that sways him?
No, nothing phases him. That guy's going to L.A., and it looks like it might be the Clippers.
Yeah,
Looks
where
like
the
it might
big
be
play
the
is.
Clippers over
Exactly.
anything. But you know what? I'd like to see him go to the Lakers.
Really? You want to see that?
I
don't
want to
think
see
they're
it.
going to pull
I
it
want to
off.
see it.
I don't see that happening.
But no, look, it's impressive. I loved it. But I got to say, it was a little lackluster at the same time. Like, for 2 million people.
Yeah, I agree.
I was expecting a little bit more. And you know what? I think that championship-winning teams should just consult the Washington Capitals or invite
Starting
them.
now, absolutely.
Just invite them. Just
Yeah.
say, hey, Ovi, I
Do you
know
wanna
guys-
come to this?
Hey, look, I know it was an early exit for you guys, but hey, you get to partake in the NBA. We need a little help.
Well, you know what it comes down to?
'Cause these guys got it
that
right.
trophy they have, the Larry O'Brien trophy. It's
The Larry O.B..
The Larry O.B.
Kawhi,
They
you've done it
renamed it.
again.
Yeah. It's a trophy that's got a ball and it looks like it's going into a net. But you can't drink from that. See, this is why the Stanley Cup is so beautiful.
It's thoughtful.
It's a great cup. Right? It's a cup you can
You're
drink
right,
from.
you can't
You
drink
can't.
from it.
It's an
How did they not
awkward
hollow
trophy.
that
You're
out?
trying to hold it. You don't know what to do with it.
It looks like a popcorn
It's
box
basically a
holding a
baby
ball.
if you think about it. It's like the head and you're holding it like
Hey,
a
you
baby.
gotta cradle.
You got to cradle.
You gotta cradle
As I'm
that
learning,
net. Yes.
you must cradle.
You have to.
And you swaddle.
Yeah, you
Swaddle's
gotta
another
swaddle.
big thing.
If you need tips on the swaddle,
Yeah.
I can help. I was a swaddle.
Oh, I'm a swaddle
You know,
king.
true story. Nurse came in when Calliope was born.
Right.
Nurse goes, "Hey, did the other nurse come in and swaddle?" I go, "No."
No, that was all
And then
you.
Thamada butted in. She goes, "No, that was all him, my husband." That's how good I
Beautiful.
swaddle.
So you don't think the parade swayed Kawhi in any sort of way?
No.
right.
Because of his attitude, he's calm, cool, collected.
Yeah,
It's all business.
he's not-
The guy's gone. He
You're
did his
true.
part.
Well said. You know what? Great point, actually.
thank
That's
you.
a really good point. Now, here's the big thing. The day of the parade, and actually it was the reports started coming out a couple months ago. Then they got really, really exciting right after they won the championship. Masai, who is their GM / VP of operations, this gentleman is the guy that said, "Hey, Toronto, I'm going to bring you a championship. Hold on, hold my beer, watch this. I'm going to bring it." And he did. The Washington Wizards have been all over this guy. Reports are they're going to give this guy $10 million to leave Toronto, come over and take care of the operations over in Washington. My question is, what's more important? Masai staying in Toronto or Kawhi leaving? What's more important? Which one do you want to see? Do you want to say Kawhi staying? Obviously, in the best case scenario, Kawhi stays and Masai stays. But if one had to go over the other, which one do you choose?
That's I would take Kawhi over anything because look, Masai made the right move bringing Kawhi.
Right.
But there's not a lot of Kawhi out there,
No, that's very
right?
true.
So, yes, you know, a lot of people might gravitate, say, well, the GM can just go, you know, he can touch and go and find another guy. But that's just not going to happen. I would take Kawhi because the
See,
product's on the court.
This is where we're going to disagree. I would 100%.
Nah, Mitch,
I'll tell you, listen, Kawhi is an amazing talent, but how did Kawhi come to Toronto? It was all Masai. You don't think all other 32 NBA teams were going after Kawhi when he was available? Of course they did. Somehow, some way, he made the deal happen. He got Dennis Green to come over there. He got Kawhi to come over, and he got an extra $5 million for the Green's contract on top of it. He found Spicy P. He made that Gasol trade happen. I know it sounds crazy what I'm about to say, that I would rather have a guy in the management position stick around. But I would. Now he's got an NBA championship behind himself to say to other players, hey, come to Toronto. Look what I did with Kawhi. Kawhi, with all due respect, and to your point a second ago,
That's a good point.
he's going to roll out. He's going to roll out. He's done his job. You said it a couple of podcasts ago. If he wins the NBA championship, he doesn't know any. He's going to go down in Canadian history as the greatest sports athlete next to Wayne Gretzky.
As the greatest Canadian.
Yeah, he might. Yeah,
And
we
he's
might
not
have to,
even Canadian.
We might just give him a passport and let him.
He's just out.
Exactly.
Exactly. Who
I
played
hate
for
to
the
say
Edmonton Oilers?
It,
Kawhi Leonard.
It comes down to management. We've talked about it in the past with systems. It comes from the top down. As amazing as Kawhi is, and as much as I would love to keep him and see him in Toronto, he's kind of, I think, already made his decision. You can't get, but at the same time, do you
Very
pay him
rarely do
$10
you outthink
million?
me, but I think you're right.
I like to think
I might
so
do
too.
the switch.
I might have did it.
You know, like the twin sister.
You got to be
Or
careful
the double
here.
date. I'm doing the switch.
You're doing the switch?
I'm doing the switch.
Let's do the switch.
I'm on the Mitch train
Hey,
now.
I appreciate that.
Kawhi, get out. Get out. Okay?
You want us
had
to
your
get
ch-
out.
You did what you did.
Hey,
Hey.
get out of here. Hey, where's the damage deposit? Do you think he gives his damage deposit back? Or
What would be the damage deposit?
I don't know what.
Probably
happens.
1,000.
You know, if Kawhi stays, I could see Masai staying too. I mean, I know 10 million is hard to say no to, but Billy Beane did it in the movie. He said no to the Boston Red Sox. He said, no, I want to stay with these losers. I'm going to make them a winner one day.
Okay, here's a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who do you want as your GM? Billy Beane or Brad Pitt?
Oh, such a great
See
question.
you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, I did. I see what you're doing there.
Tough, right? Because on one hand,
You know,
got,
I gotta-
you got the metrics on
Can I
one.
tell you something?
And then you got the movie Troy. on the
Moneyball was
other.
on TV the other day. That's
Get
why
out.
it's
Oh,
so fresh
really?
in my brain.
'Cause it's
You know
Brad
what?
Pitt,
Brad
though.
Pitt was if Billy Beane's like that in real life, he's kind of a dick but nice.
Yeah.
I think I want Brad Pitt. He
You know-
played it perfect.
Yeah, I don't know Billy Beane.
I don't know
I
him
never
either.
interacted with him. But I think if Billy Beane was smart,
Yeah.
he would just pay Brad Pitt
Yeah.
to walk around as him.
That'd be a
'Cause
great.
that's,
Yeah.
like,
A
that's
lot of
how
people
I'd
would
want to
think
go
that.
down.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
You know, let them find out afterwards.
Right.
In my opinion.
Now,
I take Brad Pitt, by the way.
here's a food for thought. Food for thought.
Okay.
2 million people go to watch this parade in Toronto.
Okay.
What would happen if Toronto Maple Leafs actually end up winning the Stanley Cup one day? Like, does that whole province converge on Toronto? That's pretty crazy. 2 million people showed up for the Raptors. What would happen if the Toronto Maple Leafs won? Wouldn't it be more? Would you not assume it would be more?
I don't know. Would it?
I don't know. It's a question I'm throwing out there. Marketing Matt, you can jump in if you want.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. To be honest, like you guys said, like the Raptors, it's Canada's team. I mean, with the Maple Leafs, potentially other people could be cheering for different NHL teams. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, I
good
think
point.
I don't. I honestly, I think it's such a multicultural game.
Yes,
and other
I agree.
ethnicities that love basketball and understand it better. And but it was overwhelmed. We're talking about. Think about this. Canada's a pretty laid back country. 2 million people went to go watch a double-decker bus go across the street, go just driving by.
Oh, it was wild.
It's
was
crazy,
wild.
man. It's nuts. All right, here's my last question, and it goes back to Golden State now.
Just a quick aside
Of course,
before that.
please.
52 years
Yeah.
since the Leafs won the cup. 67.
Well, it's going to be a little longer than that. I think. The Golden State Warriors, a lot of people are now saying this dynasty's over. 5 straight NBA championships. They've won 3 of the last 5. Do you think they're done?
No, I don't think they're done. It just, the way the chips fell, it may seem that way. However, what I will say is it's just going to be harder for them the way that the East is shaping up. The West, excuse me. The way that the Western teams are shaping up,
Right.
it's just going to be harder for them to get to that final because we know, as we're going to touch on a little bit later, we know the Lakers just got a little bit better.
Yeah.
We know that the Clippers potentially could get a little bit better. Denver is a team that's just going to have a little more experience. Portland is a team that, in my opinion, we touched on, led the Golden State Warriors in that series and let it go in the fourth quarter. So the competition's just going to be harder. But as a team, no, they're not done, you guys. Come on, let's get grounded here.
I think it just comes down to, can they sign Durant? Are they going to keep Durant? Are they going to keep Clay? 2 big injuries. These weren't small injuries. These guys, unfortunately, undertook in this NBA championship. We'll see.
Well, the other thing, too, and I'll say, Draymond Green played one of the worst finals that I've ever seen in my entire life. That guy truly cost them. He's going to be a little bit better, but I think what they realize is that Draymond Green is the ultimate accompany piece, right? He's that third liner.
He's a great accompany.
Right?
He's a Dennis
Yes.
Rodman, really.
But he just had a really bad series, too. So
Sure.
a lot was just not clicking there. But I said it.
Yeah.
We said it. I
You
shouldn't
said
say
it.
I said.
No,
We
no.
said it. Like, this is a team we saw. There's something off with the team. They're just not not there this year.
They were just off. The timing of the injuries was as bad.
They'll
as
be
you're
back,
gonna
you
get.
guys.
They'll
Don't
be
take
back.
them
They'll be
lightly.
fine.
They'll be fine. What are you worried
But for
about?
now, way to go, Raptors. Big win. 24
Big win.
years in the making. Big.
Huge.
From there, we go to the NHL. Last week, I'm sitting across from you again. But the game 7 was going on. Marketing Matt's giving me hand signals the whole time. He's saying to me, you know what?
I didn't know if he was telling the scorer he wanted to give you a hand job. There was
I-
so
I-
much
true.
going on.
I was also very confused.
It's weird.
Somewhat flattered at the same time. I was, I didn't know what was going on, but I appreciated it either which way. I still think
We
it
all
was,
would have been winners.
I think it was the
Is that
latter.
why he's sitting way over here?
That's why he's sitting way across over there.
We had to switch the configuration.
But last week, while we were watching the game, it's Game 7. It's in Boston. Boston, I felt, had all the momentum. They had that crazy bulletin board material of the owner accidentally sending out that newspaper clipping saying, "Hey, thanks, team," even though they hadn't won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
But just like true NHL playoff fashion, nothing made sense. All of a sudden, St. Louis says, no problem. Game 7 in Boston, we'll take care of it. The St. Louis Costanzas, the team that was last in January, ends up winning Lord Stanley's Cup in kind of an easy fashion.
You
They
know
won, what
I
was it,
think?
4-1?
Did they switch the jerseys to cotton?
I think they did. I think they did.
Maybe that's what happened.
So I'm going to ask you right off the bat, Dimitri. I mean, it's crazy. It's been repeated over and over again that St. Louis was the worst team and came back to make a run. It's literally, this has been the storyline. Was the achievement truly epic, or have we overdrawn on that?
No, the achievement is truly epic. More so now than it's ever been because the parity in the league is at an all-time high. So many teams are good. We're talking, yes, this was a team that underachieved, but God, this is a short time frame. I mean, you're relying on a rookie goaltender. You're relying on a brand new coach. And it finally clicked and made sense for him. Look, winning the Stanley Cup as the 62 game winning favorite Tampa Bay Lightning is extremely hard, apparently. So what does this look like? This is one of the greatest underdog achievements, in my opinion, in sports history.
Couldn't agree
Bar
more.
none.
Couldn't agree more. I literally couldn't agree more. And it's, you know what? If it wasn't for the Toronto Raptors going on what they did in Canada, specifically on this run,
This gets way
would have
more
been
press.
huge news. But it's kind of sad it isn't, because we've alluded to it a million times on the podcast, to the point where people are listening to us going, oh my God, they're going to say how they're the worst again and they became the... But guys, think about that. This isn't a small accomplishment. They were literally the worst team in January, and now they've won Lord Stanley's Cup. It's pretty awesome, pretty cool, pretty crazy, really.
Yeah, it's like marketing Matt just, trying to go on speed dating networking
Right.
sites. Then all of a sudden, Tinder comes along.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He's got a new Gmail profile.
Right.
Like everything's working, and then he gets to where he was about 3 weeks ago.
Exactly.
I mean, that's big.
That's huge.
I mean,
Big news.
Huge news.
Ryan O'Reilly won the Conn Smythe over Billington. Did Billington get robbed?
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
No, not at all.
I feel like he did.
No. Look. I'm just going to put this to rest.
Sure.
The guy played amazing. I'm not disputing that. But O'Reilly was the cool hand Luke of the St. Louis Blues. Bennington was streaky. Okay, we're talking about a guy even in the finals who let in a lot of goals. He looked shaky at the start. I was worried about him. So that little bit of inconsistency is what cost him that Conn Smythe trophy. For me, they got it right.
I'll agree with you on this one. I am going to say this about goalies, though. The goalie is the new running back. Follow me on this.
100%.
You got a rookie goalie that took you and won you to the finals. A couple years ago, Pittsburgh had Matt Murray. Same thing, right? Rookie goalie comes in, wins the Stanley Cup. To me, you're not drafting goalies in the first round of the draft anymore. Running backs are dime a dozen. Goalies are dime a dozen. You just got to find the right one at the right time, and there you go. Boom. How's your mother? You're going to have the Rookie of the Year and a Stanley Cup champion all in the same day.
So my question is, who copied who then, Mitch? Because
it's NHL copied the
you think the
NFL.
You think the NHL copied the NFL?
Absolutely. Because this has been
Because
going
it
on for
happened
years.
around the same time, though.
Sure. You know what? Maybe you got a point. I don't know. We'd have to go back and investigate. Let's investigate this.
We're gonna reporting.
Done.
How's Baby Watch, by the way?
Baby, whoa. Okay, we're good. Boston Bruins. You know what? I said earlier about Golden State.
More like the Boston Ruins.
Well, exactly. Thank you. Are they done? Do you think Boston's done? Is this the kind of the end of their little run?
I don't know if they're done, but they just fell short on a season that they should have capitalized on.
Yeah.
They're not going to see the success because there were too many underachievers in the East to allow them to get there as well. I mean, guys, let's not forget here. We got Washington, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay that couldn't find it in the first round here, okay? So,
well, I'll also say this. Forget
I mean,
about
at least
just not winning
Washington
the
made it through,
The
but-
guys, you know what's sad is that I'm about to say like Marchand and Bergeron are older guys. They're like 32 and 33 respectively. Like, and apparently they're old in hockey. In hockey news, which is weird to me, but whatever the case may be. But it's kind of true. Chara, who everyone was scared of, everyone was like freaked out. He didn't scare people anymore. He just doesn't.
Klitschko? Vladimir Klitschko, you mean?
It's kind of, it's kind of like that when you want to use a good analogy.
Klitschko
Yeah.
brother.
He is.
I think his name
You know
is
what? He was
Zdeno
separated at
Klitschko.
birth. Yeah, you're totally right. He totally was. Yeah, you know what? Boston just doesn't have that scare factor that they once did. And so I do think it's over. But speaking of that, Marchand was on screen crying. They lose the Stanley Cup. I get it. You know, some people are emotional, some people. But you know why it disappointed me that he was crying? Here's the guy that licks people. Here's the guy that punches you in the back of the head. This guy's got this demeanor about him that he's a little rat. He goes out there, he causes all these fights, and then he's on screen crying. I kid you not, I'm actually very mad that I caught him crying because it totally shows me that everything he does is fake. He's not really that guy. He's not really a pest.
You know who he is?
He's just a faker. I don't know.
No, you know who he is?
Yeah.
He's the Johnny Sack of the Boston Bruins. Do you remember Johnny Sack got arrested and he was out on parole?
Oh my God!
Sopranos,
Yes.
And he was at his daughter's wedding.
Yes.
And then the FBI had to carry him out, and he started crying.
Yes.
Phil Leotardo was like, look, I get it. It's his daughter's wedding, but who cries in this thing of ours?
That's right.
He's Johnny Sack.
That's exactly the best analogy you can use.
I am disappointed.
That's exactly it.
Brad Sachs.
Brad, you know what? Brad Sachs it is.
Brad
yeah, I'm
Sachs.
sorry. Like, buddy, if I could make an NHL team, if I go home right now and I pull up my NHL EA Sports game, I want to make a team of like Kessler, Fleury, Kachuk.
Doug
I grab
Gilmour.
I get all my nasty guys together,
Yes.
and he would be on my team. But now he's been cut. I'm not putting him. You don't cry. You don't cry, Marchand. Listen, you want to punch someone in the back of the head? You want to lick somebody? I'm all down for it, man. You want to lick everybody? I don't care. But you don't cry.
No.
You don't cry.
No.
And then on top of it, right before that series, remember he wouldn't talk to the one interviewer? He kind of gave him the cold shoulder.
Oh, because you're
acting
such a big
Maga,
guy.
and now you're crying.
Now you're crying
Now
over
you're
here.
crying.
What are you talking about?
Get out of here.
What are you doing?
Get
Brad
outta
Sack?
here.
You disappointed us. What are you going to do? Star in a league of their own too?
Just a whole 2
There's
hours
no
of you
crying
crying.
in hockey. You see, Tom Hanks
Now-
would rain on you.
You know what? Speaking of, okay, so they lost the Stanley Cup, whatever. But the awards are being given out as we speak. As we speak right now, there's some awards being given out. And our insider, Johnny Hockey.
Puckin Around With Johnny.
Yeah, he's there.
He's there.
He's going to give us some insight. He's going to get into all the parties, I have a feeling. I don't know how, but he's going to work himself in there.
That guy,
I have a feeling. And you know
We
what?
know-
He's a
we know
vapor. He's going to be outside. He's going to be
You know who's-
vaping,
you know who's
minding
the
his own
benefactor?
business. Somebody's going to come around. He's like, hey, how you doing? What are you doing?
You know what flavor's your vape? Grape. Wow.
Grape and apple. Grapple. I don't know why I love that one. So let me ask you this. Specifically for like a Giordano and anybody that's on Toronto, or pardon me, that's on Tampa Bay that's about to win an award, they will probably win their respective awards. Like, you know, Kucherov or
Kucherov,
Kucherov will win,
Vasilevsky,
Vasilevsky, Hedman. They might all win. Giordano might win. Monahan for the Lady Bing might win. You never know. But does the award mean a little less because of how bad they did in the playoffs?
I could give you guys a quick update on the awards right now.
Go ahead.
So Pedersen got Calder Trophy.
He
Ripped
did.
off. Look at that, Billington.
He did.
Wins the Stanley Cup, no Calder, and didn't even get the con.
It's all consistency, baby.
All right.
It's all consistency.
Sweeney named GM of the Year, Don Sweeney.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And Kucherov wins Ted Lindsay.
Yeah. Respect. He deserves it.
So,
Does
yep.
his... All right, to that point, Kucherov wins the Lindsay. Does it mean as much when you get knocked out first round of the playoffs after a spectacular regular season?
No, I mean, it might be perceived that way, but to me, no. I think for true NHL fans, because they understand that the playoffs aren't truly indicative of the awards, they'll get it. But you know, for someone getting in, it might affect them. Someone who just became a fan or is on the outside, it could.
You know what I want? I'm going to be honest. I think these awards should go into the playoffs. I really do. I truly feel like, I know the regular season is the regular season, but add it up. Everyone says that the real season starts during the playoffs. So I say add it all. Mush it all in. Smash it all in.
Let it be the tiebreaker.
Let it be the tiebreaker.
I don't know. Maybe just make the playoffs then.
You know what? I just say, like, I'm not saying that Giordano, for example, who's up for the Norris, should lose the Norris because of that first round playoff. But I am saying, let's say another one of his counterparts, Burns, actually. I think it was Burns, Hedman, and Giordano. Burns went to the third round. And if you had a good playoff, hey, I think more hockey, more points, more everything. Why not? Why does it have to end at the regular season? Why?
I don't know, Mitch.
These are questions that I want the roster to just sit down, grab a whiskey, sit down, sit back, and say, why? I don't know.
Did you ever
why?
ask yourself?
Yeah. Did you ever say why?
Well, you just get told and you're
Exactly.
okay with it? Do we have to invoke the thought?
Exactly. Now I got a quick question, and then we're off to the Maclin Minute.
Okay.
Everyone's new favorite segment.
One person's new favorite
The
segment.
NHL playoffs started off with a bang. A lot of upsets, craziness. It was all over the place.
Sure.
All right. Then it kind of went everywhere, really. It was like smorgasbord, right? What can the NHL do next year? How do they get better? What do you have any suggestions?
It's very simple. coordinate with the NBA and just change the schedule. Like you guys, look, the NBA is a different demon, okay? It truly is a bigger game. Let's not kid ourselves. Hockey in June, people still don't get it. How there could be hockey playing in June. In my opinion, find a way to either shorten the regular season just a touch, finish earlier.
Yeah.
Get it done earlier. Do not conflict with the NBA. Don't go head to head with the big guys.
You're right.
Just don't. That's the only advice I could give. Now, it worked when the Stanley Cup was over, a week and a bit before the NBA, but it didn't work this time around. Who cared about Boston, St. Louis? I got to be honest. I didn't. I was watching basketball.
This just came to my brain. Follow me.
Talk to me.
What if the NHL playoffs has their own thing, right?
Okay.
All Canadian teams are knocked out. What if all the Canadian teams, because it's going to be forever before we
B-League.
B-League, but Canadian only Stanley Cup. Stanley or Norman's Cup. Norm Cups. There's a Stanley and there's a Norman Cup. But the Norman Cup is only for the Canadians.
The Norman Cup.
Okay? So Calgary, Edmonton, all of them get in and they do a playoff format. And finally we get a Stanley Cup champion in
Cheers,
Canada.
Jeff.
Or a Norman Cup in Stanley Cup champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
You like that?
You know what? Maybe the NHL should do a Champions thing. Get the Canadian champ.
Yeah.
Put him up against the American champ.
There we go. Now we're on to something.
Now we're doing
on to something. There we go. I like it. All right. From there, we go to the...
I like how you went with the most Stanley...
I could have called it the
Stanley
Gary Cup.
name.
Yeah, well, I could have went... There's Stanley, which is,
Okay,
a nice generic
Norman,
name.
Gary.
Norman, Gary.
Yeah.
What other name you like? William. The Williams Cup. I don't know. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or William could be Dick.
Jim.
Jim's a good name.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
Don't get me going. You know how I am about names. I just get a little... The Mitch Cup.
Brad?
Mitch could be
What about
Brad.
Brad?
The Brad Cup. No, after what we
Yeah.
said with Brad Martin.
Yeah,
No.
fair enough.
Forget it. Listen, there's another Canadian thing we got to talk about, and that's the CFL. It's time for the Maclin Minute.
The Maclin Minute, brought to you by Dr. Ryan Todd.
Exactly. So last week, first week of the CFL season, and defending Grey Cup champions, the Calgary Stampeders, took on the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Yeah.
They ended up losing 32
Which
to
is a
28.
brilliant name of two colors that's on their jerseys.
Yes.
As one
As
name.
one name.
That makes a team name.
That's correct.
The Red Blacks.
The Red Blacks.
Now,
which
it's-
something has to do with lumberjacks, but I don't seem to understand
Well,
that.
it's great because I thought they were the Black Rats.
Ah.
And thankfully, they were able to
reversed
name
that.
their team.
Right.
So I could understand that they're Red Blacks.
Right.
I was just thinking about what you were saying. You
Sure.
thought lumberjacks. Like, when have we ever seen a plaid football jersey?
You know what?
They missed the mark.
They missed.
That's an
They
alternative
have
jersey.
some
Jeff,
of their. Yep.
you
There's
did it
that
again.
on it. He's like,
You did it
it's
again.
done it again. He's done it again. In the other game, to our local fans, it's the Hamilton Tiger Cats that knocked down the Saskatchewan Roughriders 28-17. Zach Caleros, which if we're going to talk about names, probably one of my most favorite names. If I had to make like an EA sports player,
Yeah.
Zach Caleros is the name I'm making up.
In all, like
It's kind of
in
a cool
fight
name.
night.
Yeah.
Like he's your boxer in fight night.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like
Yeah,
that. name.
I get it.
Well, he got knocked out with a cheap hit. Another injury to this guy. I kind of feel bad for this guy's like jinxed or something. Somebody gave him the Monty. Really.
Someone gave him the money.
Yeah, and
He's
that's it.
Greek, you know.
And well, there you go. That's your CFL Maclin Minute. Might have been more like 45 seconds, but there it is. Wait until next week.
Oh yeah, Wally Buono is not the coach.
He is not
or
the
GM
coach.
of the BC Lions.
He's actually just chilling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the CFL Maclin Minute.
There it is. Yeah, perfect. And you know what, Jeff? You're welcome. 48 minutes. We're right in.
We are,
cruising right
just
by.
like episode 86. We are in Tom Cruise control.
There it is.
You make
Get
me
ready.
feel
It's everyone's
so
favorite.
good
I'm even stretching for this one.
inside.
You stretched.
Yeah. There you go. Dimitri, you ready? It's time for Rapid Banter. Okay, cool. Dimitri, you ready? All right. Here we go. Let's start with this one. Jim Edmonds. Remember that name? He's a former MLB outfielder. Made some spectacular catches. Great player back in the thing. Well, he got caught sending some nudies to some lady that wasn't his wife How do you stop sports athletes from sending nudies out to people?
You don't. Just ask Brett Favre.
Rapid banter. You watch your mouth. Your best friend, Cormier, is prepping for a fight against Stipe. Did I say that right? Stipe?
Yeah.
Stipe. Again, and then he says he's calling it quits. Is he ducking Jones, or does he need to prove anything? Or he doesn't need to prove anything, pardon me.
Yeah, he proved that he's the bridesmaids of the heavyweight division.
Rapid banter. Well said. Drake, everyone knows, is a huge Raptors fan. But the other thing is, Drake seems to have kind of a mush situation going on. He'll pick a player or pick a team, and they end up losing. Kentucky. Actually, he even took, just a variety of different sporting events. Whatever he picks seems to lose. Obviously, his favorite team, the Raptors, have finally pulled through. Is the curse over?
Always a Kardashian, but never a Kim. Rapid banter.
That was awesome. I didn't know how you were going to answer that one.
It just came to me in a dream.
Yeah, that was good. St. Louis Blues, we talked about it. This should be a movie. Who plays Ryan O'Reilly as the superstar?
Easy. Will Ferrell. Rapid banter.
The rookie sensation, Billington.
Will Ferrell.
Rapid banter. The quiet Jay Bomeister.
Oh, that's easy. Brendan Galhaniuk.
Rapid banter. And the no-nonsense coach of Craig Berube.
Jeff from Alchemy Studios.
Rapid banter.
Not in this studio.
Sticking with the NHL, Phil Kessel. He used his epic, and I use that quote, and we will talk about this one day.
Oh, yes.
The no-trade clause to void his trade to the Minnesota. What does Pittsburgh do now?
Veto the veto.
Rapid banter. Anthony Davis got traded this week from the New Orleans Pelicans, your favorite team, to the Los Angeles Lakers to join LeBron. 4 first-round draft picks, 3 active players. Too much? Not enough.
Just right.
Rapid banter. James Harden and Chris Paul, 2 superstars, are having a riff. Both want to be the man. How do you make it work? So how do we make it work so well? What can we teach them so that they can work together?
Chris Paul, more like Chris Gone.
Rapid banter. 2 championship parades took place last week. Who parties harder, NHL or NBA?
NHL. It's in the game.
Rapid banter. You used his name in vain a second ago. Brett Favre says his Instagram was hacked and he's not coming out of retirement. Do you believe him or not believe him?
The old gunslinger? You gotta believe him.
Rapid banter. I'll give it to you there. Sticking with our boys, Aaron Rodgers is not happy with the new offense. Can't call audibles on the line based on this thing. Coach LaFleur changed his entire offense for Aaron, or Aaron, suck it up.
Don't you ever talk about
Well, you talked about my guy.
the Rodgers like that. Aaron, suck it up.
Rapid banter. Earlier today, it was reported parents brawled at a 7-year-old baseball game. Cops got called. Son, sit back and watch how daddy kicks ass. Or son, this is how you sue someone.
Kick the ass and then sue.
Rapid banter. Baseball's been around for 2 months. Who do you like so far?
Rapid banter.
Michael Thompson, wide receiver, New Orleans, reports coming out that he's going to be the #1 paid receiver. Worth it or no?
I don't know. Did Drew Brees sanction this?
Rapid banter. Carlson just signed 8 years, $92 million in San Jose, 11.5 cap hit this year. He's the 3rd highest paid player in the NHL. Well worth it or overpaid?
I gotta trust Puckin Around With Johnny. Overpaid.
Rapid banter. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, long
Crazy.
term,
What's
he's
up with
right.
that? Yeah.
That kid knows something.
Better dynasty. Golden State, 5 straight finals with 3 championships.
New England Patriots.
Or
rapid
New England,
banter.
6 time in 18 years.
time.
6 time.
9 time. No, 10 time to the champion. I already knew. You didn't have to give it. I already knew. You wait your turn, Golden State.
Thor or Iron Man?
Oh, why do you do this to me? It's Thor. Rapid Banter.
Really?
Wow, man.
I was a little surprised there. I was a little
I don't
surprised.
like that, man.
I thought, especially with
Hold
what you
on.
did.
I don't like that,
Three
man.
guys against you.
Who would win in a fight?
What do you think?
Thor wins in a fight.
No. I said, who do you want to be? Like,
Oh, is that what you said?
Nah, you
I want to
did.
be Iron Man.
Just because you got a bigger hammer doesn't mean you always win the fight.
he's always coming in. He's always coming in.
It's not even made of iron, Jeff.
All right, here's a big
I'll
one
take
for you.
Ant-Man.
Here we go. 2 more, 3 more. Storyline or straight action? I think you know what I'm talking about.
Straight action.
Ring entrance. Tyson Fury came out. Only in America? What was the name of the song?
Living in America.
Living in America. Was that the best you've ever seen?
Better than Apollo Creed. Rapid Banter.
Finally, what's your theme song?
Rapid Banter.
You don't have one? You have a theme song?
If I had a theme song,
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I kind of like our RLRT theme song.
You think that?
I think maybe that's, I don't know. I never thought about it. Do
Well-
you have a theme song?
I do. And you're about to find out. Why? Because we're off to Maga Malaka. And you're saying to yourself, what does that have to
Yeah,
do with one
what
or
does
the
it?
other? Well, I'll tell you why. Because of what happened with Tyson Fury, me and you were talking the other day and we're like, did you see it? How amazing it is. By
Guys,
the way, like it
like-
was so
Like
awesome.
this guy, he is the people's champ. This
Yes.
is why Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury fight's amazing.
Yeah.
Because they're respectively people's champs.
Right.
But Tyson Fury, he takes it once. Like, now you want him to win.
Yes.
You want a little more of the Fury.
It's just everything, right? Like he's just so charismatic, funny. I don't think he was looking for funny, but it came across funny in my
This
opinion.
guy's
it was
something.
awesome, right? So me and you were talking, and we said, you know what? That was one of the best ring entrances of all time. We're
Yes.
like, you know what? There's a lot of them. So today's Maga Malaka is ring entrances.
Ooh.
It's big. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Jeff, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Matt, are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Beautiful. Nice, easy one. Over the plate.
Just an underhand toss.
Nice.
Easy hit.
Stone Cold Steve Austin with his theme music.
Oh, come on. That broken glass to start. You tell me who's not getting off their seat. Maga.
Exactly. Little one for Jeff here. There's a gentleman in the MMA called Wanderlei Silva. He enters the ring. Enter the Sandman. Maga or Malaka?
Oh, Metallica?
Oh, yeah.
Maga.
Quick, Jeff, favorite Metallica song?
Oh, it's got to be anything off Ride the Lightning, to be honest.
Oh, man. Yeah, Fate the
Going
Black
back.
gets to my heartstrings.
Yeah,
for
right
sure.
on, man.
But I'm a for whom the bell tolls kind of
Yeah, that always rips. Yeah.
Klitschko came out a couple years ago, and it was awesome. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. However, as I'm about to say it, you probably won't enjoy it as much as you see it. He came out to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Maga or Malaka?
You know what? Acoustically, I watch those fights. It's
Yeah.
Malaka if you get the pay-per-view, but I think Maga if you're live at the stadium.
I see what you're saying.
Right? So
All right.
overall, Maga.
Malaka. Maga or Malaka?
Maga.
Maga. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Because I was Maga too.
No, I love the
I thought you
chili
were gonna
peppers.
Malaka it.
No, I love the chili peppers.
right.
Even, even on a Bonacera pizza. Home of the
Beautiful.
10-cent chicken wing.
All day,
Wednesdays
all
and
night.
Saturdays.
That's it. Saturdays, yeah, exactly. Saturday's a big day, really.
It's a big day
it's
Saturday.
yeah. Jeff, let's throw this one at Jeff because I think he knows who it is. It's Hulk Hogan. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
I think we know the answer to that.
Okay, follow-up question, Jeff. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Voodoo Child, slight return.
Oh, classic.
It kind of wins both there. Kind of wins both. All right,
When
what
it
about,
comes crashing down and it hurts inside,
What?
is something that marketing Matt has never heard on a
he
weekend.
probably has never heard it. Yeah, he has no idea.
Not in his cold streak lately.
Marketing Matt, I'm going to give you a nice easy one.
It has to be very- okay.
What about The Rock? Theme music with The Rock. Do you know who The Rock is?
I know The Rock.
You got to think about this one.
I'll go Maga.
The fact that you hesitated really annoys me, man.
Sorry, man.
Come on, man. You got to be all over this. What about Prince Nassim? Now, this is my favorite one. He came out to 2. You guess which one I liked. He came out to Michael Jackson, and he came out to Ini Kamosi. Which one do you like?
Oh, if I know you, it's for sure the Kamosi.
Damn right it is. And that's the hot stepper, baby. Turn it up. John Cena theme music. Maga or Malaka?
I'm going to interject. No one, you're just going to upset Mitch all day if you go Malaka. It's Maga.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Maga. I'm not going to do it.
All right. Now, this one's a little different. This is Mike Tyson. He came out to Public Enemy. However, it wasn't so much the music because I don't think everyone listened to him. He's wearing this white frayed towel, and he's got this scowl on his face. He looks like he's going to kill everyone in the stadium. Maga or Malaka?
I'm going to say Malaka because that looks like everyone's Greek dad who disciplined them when they were younger.
So true. My dad wore that towel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And by towel, I mean tighty whities.
I'm not sure if you're familiar, but I'm going to throw this one at Dimitri because he's the boxing guru. Michael Conlon, all right? Irish guy.
Yeah.
He had the bagpipes blaring, St. Paddy's Day just this year, crowd singing, and Finn Balor carrying the Irish flag. Maga or Malaka?
Oh, Maga. 100%.
It's got to be, right?
Maga.
One.
Anything
I'll
with
go.
bagpipes.
I'll go two more. You ready?
Okay.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon, Maga or Malaka theme music.
Oh, Maga. To the point, Conor McGregor even copied this guy. That's how you know.
It's a triple Maga.
Maga.
It really is. What about everyone's favorite, Mr. WrestleMania, the Heartbreak Kid, theme music?
You tell me you don't know the words to that song. You tell me you weren't an aspiring young kid wanting to wear chaps when you didn't even know what chaps were.
Exactly.
Maga.
But didn't we all want some after?
Right?
Didn't we?
Didn't we? That guy got a little sensational Sherry side action, too.
He did. You think
Son
he
of
did,
a
eh?
gun.
I think so,
Oh,
too.
for sure.
I think there was something going
The
on.
moment he beat Rick Martel at SummerSlam in 1992,
He took that,
and
eh?
that was the model.
Yeah.
That guy would wear arrogance as a cologne.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, very true.
No?
Last
I mean,
one.
you're in.
Last one. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Just Michael Buffer. Introducing your name. Imagine this guy just introducing your name. Maga or Malaka.
That might be the greatest entrance of all time. This guy's way too iconic. Maga.
Agreed. There it is. Podcast 87. Done.
You know
Record
what?
time.
You know what my fantasy would be?
Yes, please.
Coming into the bedroom to, have, nuptials with your loved one, your
Yes, of
wife,
course,
your
yes.
I'm loving this
girlfriend.
conversation. Go on.
You
Go
have my
on.
attention.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And Bruce Banner introduces you to the bedroom.
Oh,
that would be amazing.
again, he does it at the start.
He
Does it in
at
the
end.
middle. Did it at the end.
Is there anything?
I mean, do we
like,
do a Maga Malaka Jeff version one day?
I think that's what we do. We got to get all his old quotes. What about the quote last week? His heart was bigger than his heel. Boom.
I listen to the podcast. I'm like,
That's it.
I'm like, he did do it. Son of a bitch does it every week.
He's unbelievable.
I
this
spend
guy.
more time weekly telling Tamara about what Jeff talks about on the podcast.
It's true.
I gotta start
practice.
jotting these things down.
Yeah, you
start
have-
writing it
yeah.
down.
You wouldn't be on this cold streak. By the way, you want to see me get fired up like I did with the Raptors? Marketing man, you come with sex next week.
That's right.
Okay? You come with
Sex.
some sex.
You know.
We want a story. I'll even.
We live through you now, man.
Okay?
All right.
Let me check the phone.
All right.
Boys are
We're clean.
there.
We're
The
clean.
boys-
We're good.
They're always going to be there. But the girls won't always be there. And I'll tell you what, but going back to who's going to be there, I'll tell you who's always there for this podcast. It's Alchemy Studio, the greatest studio of all time. It's headversity.com. It's agapegreekradio.com. It's Market and Matt, who helps us out behind the scenes doing everything, where you can find us, reallockerroomtalk.com, at Mitch and Dimitri. Get on the YouTube channel, follow us on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the 87, the Crosby number of podcasts, the greatest of this era of podcasts.
That's right.
Look, episode 87, we now have to shove it in the locker because that means we all got to hit the showers.
That's right. 9,909 more hours. There it is.
So Giordano
CJSW
We're
90.9. Tune in.
Tune in
live,
this Saturday.
Live. 10 to 11.
10 to 11.
Live.
90.9.